This is your weekly reading for the sign of Leo. This is you, Leo. Let's get to your general spread and then we'll move on to your moon reading. Let's take a look and see. Hi, Savvy. Look, I'm upright and above ground. Been sick for a month, y'all. All right, here we go. First card out, 4 of coins, 2 of coins, the devil card, and then 7 of wands and the judgment. Damn. Okay, so listen, I got it. My first readings back was like, especially Taurus, it just were really heavy. And I think this is like universal. Everybody's playing light as if things are great, but this heavy energy has been going through here. And I'm seeing with this now, in addition to the reading I had just done, let's just say that this is energy we're moving out of before I get into any of this. So don't freak. Because right away we have the 6 of swords, which is things getting easier, having some support, King of Wands. But what I'm seeing here is you guys looking at your money. Leo's looking at their money, right? This money's coming in, but it feels kind of as if thank you, as if it didn't move fast enough. I do see that Leo's a little bit overwhelmed right now. New employment for some of you with this 2 of coins. There's just a little bit of pressure, or had been. So we're coming out of this stage here, the judgment card in the back row, as I was just talking to the other reading. I'm trying not to say it because then I'll be thinking of their energy. But, you know, we have some similarities in this reading between these other energies because it is the same week. We're just looking at it through a different lens. But what I'm seeing is this overwhelm. Leo has their hands over their ears. I don't want to hear it. Anybody else's shit. We've got the judgment card, which is tension. And it's, you know, in the back row where we're coming out of. You watch my readings long enough, you can kind of see where this back row tells us to come from and where we're headed. Now, victory is in play. We've got the King of Swords. We also have the Hierophant. Doing the right thing pays off. That was a little bit of the conversation I'd had earlier. With the Hierophant, it, you know, traditionally it talks to us about religion, right? It's like the Pope, the priest, but they're pulling strings. There's a little puppet down at the bottom, if you can see that, where he's tugging on it. So, you know, we don't have the exact same representation of a priest or a shaman for each and every one of us, but these are the moral code. This is the program that's running in our head of what the right thing to do is and how we want to see that outcome happen by sticking to that integrity, right? I'm also seeing the Chariot, so that offers us a little idea of how much intensity, maybe some travel for some of you, has been a little overwhelming. Now we're back to the books. Now we're back to looking at our money and going, whoa, you know, we've got this and this and this to handle. Feels like it's overwhelming, but I would say more so like batting cage, less so like anxiety. We just have a lot to do, and Leo would have it any other way, right? Wouldn't. So we have the King of Wands for action. So what steps are you taking to the next thing? Because we have celebration, like doing the right thing after all of this intensity. It feels like a bubble popped. We've got the 3 of Cups for celebration. We've got the 6 of Swords for things getting easier. We've got the King of Swords for victory. Now, see what doing the right thing gives you? But I mean, there is a little bit of intensity, but these cards are blended where reward is right on the other side, right? King of Swords is like getting the college entrance, like getting accepted into the college. Now you've got to go to college. It would be like opening a business is a very beautiful and exciting time, but now you got to go to work. So if you look at the King of Swords through that perspective, you recognize that this is a level up for you. Not so much like more is going to be expected of you, but you're feeling the heat a little bit and you're feeling the pressure. I just have news for you. The way this card is showing up, the pressure is only coming from you. But these are those high standards, right? Your standards are, you set that bench mark pretty high for yourself. And so these are what you're expecting. Is this, you know, this anxiety is just that level of quality that you hold yourself to, that standard. So it looks as if things are lining up and that you're going to have much more support in these next coming period for you. I'm trying to see if I missed anything. Don't be too hard on yourself, even though you don't have the temperance card, which I bet it'll show up in your moon reading because I mentioned it. But just a lot of focus on the finances right now for Leo. Accomplishment, leveling up is the next stage for you. You're just in the emotional gym and you're doing a great job. Muscle, like, get it, Leo. All right, let's take a look at the Leo moon reading. So moon is your circumstance and your emotion, right? What is emotion but how we emote? Let's take a look at this one. First thing that comes out right there, that overwhelm. You got too much to do is all. And I don't really feel as if this is anything Leo can put down. Like, it's not like we've got things going on that are arbitrary, like, you know, Starbucks. It feels like actions on things that are, you know, necessary. The duty stuff is coming up. Yep, and then there's the Ten of Wands. So don't lose hope. Like, there is a little bit of frustration where you're like, you want to let go and give up, right? But there's this strong sense of gratitude in here. And I got to tell you, Leo, you know what? Bougie Leo. Leo's not going to let anybody know what's going on. This isn't pride. This is self-respect, right? This is where you're sitting here going, you're keeping up appearances, not so much for what others think, but this is so much, you know, Queen of Wands is about luxury and image, right? Hi. So it's as if, you know, how I want to keep my self-respect. This is how you see yourself, and that's keeping that strong core. I am seeing a lot of gratitude in here. We've got the Seven of Swords, like the last little period may have been tough. However, you've got this harvest and the death card, which is transformation. Things have shifted for you. And it looks as if things that you had put in motion based on this back row with the Eight of Wands are really starting to pay off. Keep at it. You've got this Ten of Wands, which is duty, or the things that you're carrying. So pay attention to where your commitments are, because I kind of feel like this is how you are going to be able to stay on track, because you've got some decisions in front of you. You've got the Ace of Swords, which is a pivot point. Swords are decisions, things that you speak, etc. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. So some of you are starting over business-wise and financially, and the transition is what's difficult. However, timing is on your side. Your end result card is this Queen of Wands, right? In addition to her giving me a little heads up on you keeping your image, like, you know, we're not going to buckle here. We're going to keep my spine up. You have the Queen of Wands, the end result card of your reading, right? Which tells us that throughout everything that's going on, which is context, that your end result is going to be refinement, because what is Venus but refinement? And this card is so Venus, right? It's the finer things, it's luxury, it's being able to relax and enjoy things on a level that's a little more hedonistic or a little bit more Epicurean, where you get to relax and enjoy things, versus a little less like Instagram model and what people think of us, but more about what we think of ourselves and what quality that luxury is. Like myself, it's fuzzy socks and a paint night, right? Like, that's luxury relaxation, like how it is that you're going forward and enjoying yourself. For some of you, this may be a trip, because we saw that in the general spread, or some travel, but you have this lack of hope in the middle. And can I just tell you, there has been this melancholy fog. There's this heavy energy that's blown through. I'm hearing from my clients, Christmas didn't feel like it used to. Where did the magic go? I'm having a hard time staying just upright. And there's a lot of that going on. So if you feel like it's crossing your mind, just sweep it right out the door. It's a mood. It's like the weather. There's change involved here. So if you are looking for things to shift, they might have already, and you haven't seen the evidence yet. It's like picking an apple in December. It's not even ready. So you've got just a tiny bit of timing in here with that Wheel of Fortune that's going on. So if you just hold on a little longer, and gratitude, I feel like you're for whatever it is that you've got as a foundation, that you're super grateful for what it is that you have. As a pecan beans my window. So most of your mood reading, your circumstances telling me that, you know, there's just fatigue involved. And you've also got the Queen of Pentacles, which is nurturing. So queens are nurturing, kings are action. That's how I play the game. It's a little bit smoother. Instead of like constantly pointing at male or female figures, queens tend to be nurturing. So the Queen of Pentacles is telling me that you're nurturing your money. Queen of Wands, which is your Venus, right? Action and the things that you buy and take in. It's funny that the Pentacles and the Wands are both a little bit different, but similar. Pentacles is our finance and how we play with, you know, being exact with our money, and the Wands is more about what we do with it, we play with, right? So Ace of Swords, whatever pivot point you're at right now is all beneficial. I'm seeing beauty here, but let me just remind you, support. The Six of Swords is like you having to go across the river and someone rowing for you instead of you having to do it yourself. I got to get to the next reading here, and I have a client at noon. So if we can get one more YouTube video in, that'll be great. But first, let's pull your meditation card from Divination of the Ancients first. Let's see what your focus is for this week. How we transform what we need to focus on. We're going to go in the center for you. Wisdom. Okay, so how do we acquire wisdom? Wisdom is experience. The only way that we are ever going to look at things through eyes of perspective and wisdom is to be able to take ourselves out of the reactionary response and to be able to look at all the moving parts, take a breath, see where we come from, and then revisit the subject and make sure, again, within wisdom, we have that card for fatigue for you. So in order to be wise, we don't want to react. In order to not react, we have to have our needs met. So this is the Oracle card. It references looking deeper. So take a deep look at what the structure is and where the foundation is. Remember, these times are asking you your why. Why is it you do what you do? I want to thank you for hanging out with me. I will catch you on the flip side. Right after this, I am going to do Virgo. If you want to hang out for that, if I get through my other clients this afternoon, I'll be back and see if I can get through all of your readings today. So there's 5. Half maybe. We could get to half today. Thank you for hanging out with me. Adonai.